And the next move Fabiano Caruana plays the fourth brilliant move of this game that begins with bishop takes on f3, as there is nothing more he can do to defend this position and the mate is inevitable from here. This was one of the craziest games you will ever see, especially in a classical game. Hello everyone and welcome back to Chess Recap. Today we have an exciting chess game to analyze. In this video we are diving into a thrilling match between Grandmaster Nepo and Grandmaster Fabiano Caruana. This game takes place in the round 6 of Singfield Cup. And I promise you this is going to be a thriller of a game, as I had never seen anything like this before in a classical game where a top grandmaster resigning so early. In classical position, you know each grandmaster will be given 2 hours and he has used 20 minutes when he has to resign the game. I have no words to describe this game. Let's jump right into the game. Nepo with the white pieces go for 1 e4, the king's pawn opening. Fabiano Caruana replies with c5, the Sicilian defense. Knight to f3, g6. This hyper accelerated dragon variation. d4 taking full center. C takes on d4, knight takes on d4, bishop to g7, knight to c3, knight to c6, bishop to e3. So Nepo is developing the pieces on the queen side, so he probably will be castling that side. Knight to f6, bishop to c4, and Fabi goes for castling. Bishop to b3, d6, f3, queen to f5. Queen to d3, knight to e5, attacking the queen, and the queen moves back to queen to d2, bishop to d7, and now Nepo goes for long castles. Rook on f to c8, king to b1, knight to c4. Knight on c4 is guarded by the rook, and it is attacking the queen. Only move for Nepo to play in this position to make the game continue as a neutral game is capturing the knight, and that exactly he played. Bishop takes on c4, rook takes on c4. So Fabi is bringing more pieces to the Nepo's king side, and Nepo is ignoring this and trying to create an attack of his own in Fabi's king side, and he pushes g4, bishop to e6. Fabi is putting all his pieces targeting that king. Now he has a queen on a5, rook on c4, bishop on e6, and other pieces also can join. Nepo continues with knight to b3, queen to a6, bishop to d4, rook on a to c8, doubling up the rook. Now this is a very critical moment in this game. We are actually into 17 moves into the game, and I promise you in the 6 more moves this game will be finished. And here Fabiano Caruana has just used 53 minutes of his time, and Nepo has just used 2 minutes and 30 seconds for this 17 moves, and the position is even. Neither of them are having any advantage, but this can change very quickly. And here comes the first blunder played by Nepo. Right way for Nepo to continue is putting the queen to g5, bringing the queen to g5 and make the queen act g rather than defending and trying to create a more attack there. But instead he will play the first blunder of the game. There is one trick actually Nepo misses while pushing the g5 pawn. I want you to pause this video for a moment and try to find out the brilliant move that Fabiano Caruana can play in this position. His knight is hanging, he has too many pieces attacking the king. There is one brilliant move he can play in this position that will win his game. Try to figure it out. Kudos if you are able to find out the brilliant move played by Fabiano Caruana in this position, and it starts with a knight sacrifice. So he moves the knight, knight takes on a4, sacrificing a knight. Momentary sacrifice actually. F takes on e4, bishop takes on d4, knight takes on d4. If you count the material here, Fabi has given up a knight for a pawn, but Engine loves Fabi's position despite low on material. Now here comes the second brilliant move of the match, which is an exchange sacrifice. Rook takes on c3. He has given up a rook for a knight. Unfortunately, Nepo can't capture this rook. Thing is, if there is no time for capturing this rook, if you try to capture this rook, here, then it won't end well. This bishop is staring, this queen is staring here, and that will end in mate. Nepo don't have time for capturing that rook at this moment. And Nepo, seeing the threat of the bishop and queen eyeing at his king side, he ignores the rook and pushes a3. Now if you count the material here, Fabi is up a pawn. Fabi here will play the third brilliant move of the match, and that is queen to c4. Now he is putting too much pressure on the Nepo's castle pawns on c2, and there is another threat of bishop and queen entering a2 and mating the king. So best move for Nepo to play at this position is capturing the bishop on e6 with his knight, but instead he will miss it and he will push b3 pawn, and this worsen his position more. And now Fabiano Caruana is having an advantage of minus 3.7, and here Fabi continues with queen to c5, threatening to capture a3 pawn, and Nepo moves his rook to c1, trying to defend that c2 pawn and giving up that a3 pawn. And Fabiano Caruana captures queen takes on a3. Now he's 2 points of material up and minus 5 advantage of yellow bar. Fabiano Caruana is absolutely winning this game here. There is nothing actually Nepo can play to defend this, and he ignores everything happening in this side of the board and he pushes h4. There is no time for Nepo to create an attack on the other side as well, and Ilabar is liking Fabiano Caruana's position, and Fabi plays rook on 8 to c5, bringing the other piece. Now he will be putting that rook to a5, and there is no stopping that. Now he need to make some breathing room for his king to escape, so he moves his rook on c to f1, but this will not help. Now there is one more move that Fabiano Caruana will play now, and after that, and that will be it. And the next move Fabiano Caruana plays is the fourth brilliant move of this game, that begins with bishop takes on f3. That is the fourth brilliant move in this position. And after this move, after 25 moves into the game, with 1 hour and 40 minutes remaining for Ian Nepomniachtchi in a classical game, he will resign this game to Fabiano Caruana very early, as there is nothing more he can do to defend this position, and the mate is inevitable from here. This was one of the craziest games you will ever see, especially in a classical game. Fabi has made use of all the time he has in the available, and Ian Nepomniachtchi on the other hand, blitzing out the moves. He is very good at blitzing out the move, but in this occasion there is nothing he can do to prevent this one. And this is one of the excellent game I have analyzed in a while. I can say that this happened just few hours ago. This will go down as one of the craziest, one of the greatest games played by Fabiano Caruana, and that too against a top grandmaster like Ian Nepomniachtchi. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How good was this game of Fabiano Caruana, and which was the most incredible game you have analyzed, which is having more than 4 brilliant moves? Just mention down in the comments what your thought, or if there is any other games you want me to analyze next. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more chess content. I will really appreciate that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, keep playing and keep learning. Bye bye.